meetings upon meetings with sponsors to discuss everything. Team FX Primus Aylezo was introduced to the media and the general public. The team also introduced their driver lineup consisting of Zen Low, Dominic Ang and Marcus Chai. Coming up next, extreme sports and race drivers, the reason behind all that motocross and off-road mountain biking that they enjoy. There is immense physical and mental pressure placed on a race driver at every race weekend, demanding constant training when they are not racing. They are put to the test, having to withstand acceleration and braking G-forces, the extreme heat inside the car, and sweat. A race driver loses liters of fluid through perspiration during a 50-minute race. That is the reason race drivers are some of the fittest athletes in the world. For Zen, that means daily exercises. And sometimes, to break the monotony of indoor training, he goes off-road.
When I'm not racing, mountain biking is one of my training activities, and it's also one way of keeping in touch with my buddies. The reason why we do a lot of mountain biking is because it's excellent for cardio and also building up my stamina. But most important, it's building up the muscles on my leg, which we require then for heavy braking in a race car. A lot of people don't realize driving a race car requires a lot of brake pressure, especially you need a very strong leg while you're doing it at high speed and braking at the the last minute, so require a lot of leg pressure. A lot of training for mountain biking are normally done in trail, in a jungle trail. The reason we do that is because of the fresh air, and also we don't have to worry about motorists, and our trails are normally between 12 to 14 kilometers a day.
Trail rides with his friends helps with his balance and reflex. Plus, almost all race drivers are adrenaline junkies, so high-speed activities keep them on their toes.
In the training process, we like to outbeat each other against my buddies because I'm such a competitive person. So when I'm not competing in the racetrack, I compete against my friends on a mountain bike. Anything that can make speed out of it. I'm a sort of a competitive person, and I like to race basically anything. Okay, I'm gonna go and do some more rounds with my buddies, and we got another maybe 6-7 kilometers to cover, and that will be the end for today. So I'm gonna head on to the trail, and we'll catch you guys later. Okay? Okay guys, let's do another run. Let's go. Okay. See you later. Bye.
Occasionally, he gets a chance to do something a little bit faster: motocross. The precision, concentration, balance, strength and stamina needed for motocross is something quite unique. A rider will need to have the ability to maneuver a motorbike while in the air, and to have cat-like reflexes to lift and land a bike safely over a dirt course. One that is designed with undulations created to test the rider's ability. not want to stay idle for too long, Zen does what every race driver does. When they have time to spare, they go karting. Go-kart is a place where many talented drivers start their careers. It is part of motorsport, and it is one of the best ways to train. For Zen, having access to the go-kart track and having friends who love to compete with him helps with his training regime. The physical and mental demands of karting are similar to driving a race car. Despite the difference in speed, karting is open, exposing the driver to the elements while going at high speed.
This is Danny, my buddy, my riding buddy. We do a lot of mountain biking together, and someday we go riding on a motorbike as well. And today, it's Danny's first time on the go-kart. So Danny, tell me, what's your first experience?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was much faster than I expected. You think it's just a small car, but the grip, the traction is unlike normal car you drive. It's actually very safe. That was surprising that even you go at a very high speed, turning at a very high G, but you are so low onto the track, onto the car. So it was very fast, but very safe also when you race and when you drive it. But I can totally see it's very much simulating actual racing, and I can only imagine when you're racing in a much bigger car, a more powerful car, the amount of the sensation or the amount of the G-force is going to be much more.
Not really though. I mean, you'd be surprised. In fact, it was a lot easier to drive in the GT3 car than the shifter car. In the GT3 car, we have a proper seat, and you also have all the 6-point harness actually held you down. It holds your body together, and on top of that you have a power steering. The G-force is not the problem that we have to deal with. It's actually the heat inside the car that's killing the driver. That is one good form of workout, you know. In fact, a lot more difficult to drive this than the GT3. The only difference is the GT3 carry a lot more speed. That's a scary bit. Otherwise, the shifter car is a lot more difficult to drive. Yeah.
Driver selection. Team FX Primus Aylezo search for a driver partner for Zen.